Asante sana Bwana Prime Cabinet Secretary, Waziri Ababu na Mwamba na mawaziri wengine, my good friends, our governors from various counties in Kenya, the leaders of our sports and creative industry, sportsmen and women, thespians na watu wote ambao wameshiriki katika sehemu hii. Good evening. Hamjambo. Kwanza, let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you to these grounds. I know it may be the first time for some of you. For those of you who are coming here for the first time, karibuni sana. For those of you who are coming here again, karibuni tena. I look forward to working with all of you. I want to congratulate the men and women I have from the rallying community, the sports leaders who are here, the crafts people who came there, and all the talents that have showed up this evening. Let me say a couple of things. First, let's put a round of applause to Ababu na Mwamba, my CS for Sports and the Creatives. You all agree with me that we have the right man for the job. I have a very interesting relationship with this Ababu na Mwamba. I am the one who forced him to go to politics in the first place. I walked to his office and I told him, I have read an article and I think you are a good politician. And then when I went to the elections this term, Ababu na Mwamba was working with us at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And because he was my friend, one morning he came and told me, I want to resign. I asked him why. He said, because I want to support you. And I know it's going to be very difficult for me to support you and keep the job I have. I tried to dissuade him not to resign. But I was not very successful. After a few days, he told me, I want to resign. I told him, you go resign. He went and resigned so that he can come and campaign with me. When it was time to appoint cabinet, Ababu na Mwamba wanted me to appoint him to another ministry. I will not tell you which one. But I told him no. I know my team better. And you agree with me that I made the right choice. Ababu na Mwamba, you have my support in doing what you're doing in this space. You and me have had a conversation around this space on many occasions, and I have told you where we want to go. And I'm happy you're moving in that direction. And I take this very early opportunity to share with you the outstanding significance of this event and why this moment is a very special milestone in our determined journey towards a radical socio-economic transformation of our country. Our determination to ensure that no one is left behind and everyone gets a dividend of the transformation that inspired us to work together and implement the interventions that we are from the bottom going up so that we can touch every possible life and livelihood. Today is formally designated as the official unveiling of the platinum anniversary of the Safari Rally, Kenya's iconic contribution to the world's Rally Championship Series, and the occasion for the activation of the Sports and Creative Economy Master Plan. These two important occasions are very dear to our plan. A third critical function which we are undertaking today is the formal launch of the ongoing effort to implement the government's commitment to the critical sectors of sports and creative economy. We believe that we were elected on the basis of a compelling platform of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, which consists of promises, pledges, and commitments made across sectors, all of them, of our economy, with a view to increasing incomes as the foundation of national prosperity. We are therefore particularly mindful of our obligation to make sure that we make all possible efforts to redeem our pledges, keep our promises, and implement our commitments. Over 70 thrilling years, the Safari Rally has contributed a singular spectacle to global motorsport. Conducted over rugged terrain, set against dramatic sequence of picturesque landscape, the rally takes drivers through extremely challenging courses, abounding with variety of flora and fauna in our country. As a result, the Safari Rally is among the favorites in the WRC 13 series, watched by millions of devoted spectators globally and adored by generations. It has also introduced dozens of talented Kenyans and Kenyan drivers to the world, including a number of well-known names who have just joined us today. Tundo is sitting here, Kimandi is sitting here, our good man Njiru was around. These are our Kenyan icons. The 2023 edition of the Safari Rally will, of course, continue the magnificent tradition that has turned into a distinguished fixture in the global calendar. From the number of entries so far, it is clear that this iconic event is undergoing phenomenal revival. 34 crews from 20 countries will wage fierce battle for glory in the main event, while 19 Kenyan drivers will be behind the wheel, including 3 impressive youngsters. Jeremy Wahome, where are you? That young man there. Makre Kimathi, where are you? Right there. And Hamza Anwar. Those characters there, they will be part of this show, demonstrating that Kenya is truly coming of age in fundamental ways. This rally will have more than 5 women crews. Tuwapigie makofi jameni. Can our women crews stand up? Simameni. Tuwapigie makofi hawa warembo. Including 3 ladies teams that qualified for full government sponsorship. Look out therefore for Pauline Shehu and her co-driver Lynette Ayuko, Natasha Tundo with Chantal Young, I think they were here, and of course Jennifer Malik with Wangui Mungai. They are there. Wapige makofi jameni, those beautiful girls. I wish the young ladies the very best as they set out to break records, barriers, and claim their space in their chosen sport. The government has taken measures to exploit the invaluable branding value of this global event by investing Kenya resources to support it and profile rally appropriately, thus positioning Kenya as an icon sporting nation, rallying powerhouse, and tourism destination. During the rally, the Hustler Bazaar also offers opportunities for hustlers to earn from serving the crowds, while the Sherehe Corner will provide creatives with an opportunity to entertain and engage them. Look out for our Kenyan creatives, and please listen to our Kenyan music. And don't forget what Ababu said, remember to pay. Everybody will come out as a winner, and this is the power of sports and creative economies to ignite growth. When I flag of the rally, I will be setting off a very important phase of our project to transform sport in Kenya and make talent truly rewarding. Sport and the creative economy contribute the most easily recognizable components of our national brand, especially athletics, as well as other sporting disciplines, in addition to distinctive music and other artistic offerings. Notwithstanding this undeniable contribution to the richness of our national identity, global reputability, competitiveness, and creation of thousands of jobs for talented Kenyans on a full-time basis, the sector remains far from its full potential. As a result, their contribution to the national GDP is low, and so are the incomes of many professionals in comparative and absolute terms. We all agree that our creatives are not what creatives are elsewhere. Our sportsmen do not earn as much as their counterparts elsewhere. To address this underperformance, we committed to leverage our international athletics and sporting brand to develop a local sporting apparel manufacturing cluster, including all sports, into the National Sports Talent Academy and devolve it to county sports talent academies. That is one area we're going to work with, and I am happy that we have counties here. We want to partner with all our counties. We want to work with you because there is no part of Kenya that is not a part of a county. We also pledge to promote county leagues and inter-county sports championships that culminate into a national sporting extravaganza that will help restore Kenyan football to good international standing. You heard what Ababu said. When we came into office, we had a long battle, useless, let me say, unnecessary battle with fever. And we decided that it wasn't going to last a month longer. I picked the call, I called fever, and I told Ababu to do what he must. Congratulations, Waziri, you did a sterling job. We are back on the spot. Same thing, I had to call Sebastian Coe to come here because our athletics was at the verge of being banned in the international arena. On the creative economy, our commitments include leveraging our digital prowess to enhance the creative economy's position as a significant sector and increase its contribution to fashion and value addition to leather and craft export. We also pledge to protect intellectual property rights as the foundation of effective monetization and mainstream the development of arts and culture infrastructure. Our commitment also extends to incorporating the creative economy into the Brand Kenya and commercial diplomacy initiatives, establish a vibrant film ecosystem, and facilitate the monetization of music to promote entrepreneurship. Since taking office, we have been involved in developing appropriate mechanisms of enriching and delivering our pledges. Today, I am happy to share with the country a glimpse of what we have been up to and a taste of the brilliant things to come out of our sporting and creative ecosystem. It is the intentional refinement and elaboration of our pledges and promises that have now been developed into the Sports and Creative Economy Master Plan, or Talanta Hela. Under it, we are committing to facilitate the development of legal frameworks, economic institutions, and organizational mechanisms to promote the effective and sustainable monetization of all talent in our sports and creative economies. Through this convergence, Talanta Hela projects the government's determination to turn competitive capabilities across all sporting disciplines and expansive spectrum of the creative industry into music and dance, film and theater, fashion and pageantry, digital content creation, as well as literary and fine art. These are all sectors that for a very long time did not look serious. Many people were wondering, how does this become part of a country's economy? We were here last Friday listening to our school children, and I tell you the talent in those kids is amazing. We had a script here that was world class. I'm wondering why we continue to watch those things of Afro cinema continues when we have much, much superior content that we can show in our TV stations. We are doing a great disservice to our young men and women, to the talent we have in our country, by not profiling them appropriately. And I did undertake to them, as I do to you, that this is the journey that we are going to travel together. That is why today we have a master plan on sports and the creative economy. And it's going to incorporate, as was said here by the minister, it is because in our plan, if you look at our manifesto, these are clear issues that came from the people of Kenya. As we travel around the country, we listened to every sector and they told us what they needed us to do. And that is what we have been working on so that we can deliver. By facilitating the development of a competitive ecosystem of sporting and creative talent and monetizing all possible opportunities, Talanta Hela formalizes entrepreneurship in these sectors, enhancing their potential contribution to economic transformation. Through these strategic pillars, the Talanta Hela Master Plan will mobilize sectoral stakeholders, including schools, federations, clubs, private academies, and other partners in a robust, inclusive, bottom-up endeavor to deliver 6 key outcomes. The first, of course, is the revival of sport from the grassroots through satellite sports academies beginning at the school level, through community to regional stadia, which culminate in the Kenya Academy of Sports at the national level. We will be working with the counties. We have there is a subject that has always been used against me, the stadiums. Now I am here, and I am going to sort out the stadiums. I have told my good friend Ababu here, since this was a big problem, every time there was something, people use Wabi Stadium, you know. Now we will demonstrate to you what it is and how we are going to do it and how it's going to become the epicenter of not just football occasionally, not just athletics occasionally. It's going to be the epicenter of all creative economy interventions, making sure that it works for everybody and it works always. The National Academy will be established by expanding the resident academy of the Moi International Sports Center, you know, the one that is in Kasarani, to incorporate modern training and accommodation facilities that meet international standards. It will also become the national hub for identifying, developing, marketing, promoting and monetizing talent across all sporting disciplines, including, Mr. Tundo, motorrallying. And we just gave 3 vehicles today to begin the training of those who want to be rally drivers. I think it is going to be a new beginning. The second pillar entails interventions to formalize the creative economy, actualize its full potential, and enhance its contribution to our national GDP beyond its current share of 5.3%. To do this, Talanta Hela will pursue the enhancement of intellectual property rights, streamline royalty administration, establish fully equipped creative hubs, support for fashion and visionary, rationalize the rewards and incentive system for creatives, and support nationwide grassroots creative talent search, development, promotion, and monetization. We spend about 350 billion Kenya shillings every year in advertising. And the counties are here, the national government is here. We should spend at least 10% of that advertising to advertise through our creatives. That will give our creatives 35 billion Kenya shillings. It will hire millions of the young people, talented young people who come out of our schools, the people who come out of our colleges, the men and women who are sitting in this auditorium today. And this is money we are already spending in advertising. I saw the script by the gentleman who was singing here about the Hustler Fund, about small band. Where is that gentleman? Small band. Yeah, that gentleman deserves part of that money that we are using in advertising. There is absolutely no better advertising than the song I had here today. And that's why I'm saying the 350 billion shillings we spend in advertising, 10% of it. And Waziri, I want you to work with the rest of government to make sure that that money goes to our creatives. I am very happy. This good man, yeah, huyo mungwana huyo, he sang here a wonderful song. My good friend, you persuaded me that we should take some of the 350 billion shillings and make it available to you. So that young man, asante sana. Let me also say that I am very happy that we are now working together with all the actors in the creative space, in the music space, so that royalties can go to the right beneficiaries. For a very long time, our artists, they got the short end of the stick, always. Everybody else made money except them. We must do it this time round. I have gotten up with the people who do betting, just using technology. Using technology, we can make sure that our artists get their fair share of what is due to them and that they are not exploited. So I am happy that Waziri and the industry, you've come together and we are going to see a big difference. And it's Nasio Tafadhali. I think it is something that we ought to do. Another pillar of Talanta Hela involves the Kenya National Innovation Agency, and I listened to them when they were speaking to us here, which has been designated to implement the Presidential Innovation Challenge, an online initiative to encourage our youth to create disruptive innovations and revolutionary ideas in every sector, including technology, agriculture, the blue economy, and forestry, among others. I look forward to seeing many exciting breakthroughs at this year's Kenya Innovation Week, including, hopefully, one that solves the intergenerational entrepreneurial conundrum. How do we make agriculture cool to attract our young people? I am looking forward. Vijana mkae rada, tutakutana huko kwa Innovation Week. Further, Talanta Hela has set out the forging of transformative partnerships as a fourth strategic pillar. We seek to form effective collaborations with strategic partners under public-private partnerships and frameworks. The programs involved include talent search and development, music recording, production and marketing, sports, development and production of the creative economy. Others are development of sports tourism, grassroots football competition in collaboration with counties, live broadcasts, and sponsorship of football. I already instructed the ministries of ICT and the Ministry of Sports to work out how we are going to have live broadcasts. And I have given them, I hope, Mr. Babu, mmefanya hiyo kazi, mmemaliza? Mmemaliza, very good. So I think many people blame me. They said the other day I was a one-man show. It's not a question of being a one-man show. It's because I was given a job by the people of Kenya and I must get it done. And these good people, they work with me because we have to deliver. And excuses is not an option. So I am very happy that shortly, as Ababu committed, we're going to have the whole space that had disappeared around sponsorship and live broadcasts back. And we are going to commit public resources to support that, and we are going to work with the men and women here. I see Paul Russo here. I see the Safaricom people here. I see all the other good people with deep pockets around. So you guys, tutasaidiana hapo mbele. The next pillar of Talanta Hela focuses our strategic attention to the development of a sports apparel and equipment value chain aimed at finally leveraging Kenya's fine international sporting brand to grow a robust national cluster. On this matter, I encourage all of you to embrace a Buy Kenya, Build Kenya culture to promote such outstanding designers and brands as Akinyi Odongo, Wanja Kenya, Ziwa Brand, Enda, Warrior, and Zebra. The fellows, the good people who displayed wonderful brands here, they deserve our support. I can say it's good to put on Nike. It is better to put on Enda. And maybe it is best to put on the Warrior or Zebra or what Wanja has done and what Akinyi has done. It just speaks to us as a nation. If you look at the now famous finance bill, among the things I have put my foot down on is that anything that is produced in Kenya, if you want to import it to Kenya, you pay more taxes. We cannot continue to import the things that we can manufacture in Kenya. We have to be deliberate about creating jobs. We have to be deliberate about creating opportunity. And we must act in our interest all the time. It must be Kenyan interest first, and every other interest baadaye. Finally, we take Talanta Hela online through the Talanta Hela app, which will be a one-stop shop for creatives and sports people, connecting talented individuals to opportunities and resources, including access to training programs, sponsorship, mentorship, and collaborative possibilities. The essence of Talanta Hela is a bottom-up economic transformation agenda approach to the sporting and the creative economy aimed at making them sustainably support large talent by monetizing every possible opportunity, formalizing talent development, and positively affecting education, manufacturing, tourism, and medicine, among other sectors. Talanta Hela is also an inclusive bottom-up program which promotes collaboration and partnership with diverse private sector actors, county governments, and international organizations. The end point of Talanta Hela is pesa mfukoni. I think that is what Musalia was telling me to speak to, and I hope I have. Competitive incomes that can sustain livelihoods and reward talent, dedication, discipline, and focus. As part of that program, I know Google and Facebook are present here. I did undertake last week that we are going to finally sign off on monetization on their platforms. God willing, I have given them an appointment for, I think, 13th, Wednesday, next week. The Google guys, are they still here? Maybe they have stepped out, but tell them, when you see them, tell them it's on, and I will be waiting for them on the 13th because I made a commitment. So let me ask all of us, because this is the space that is available to us. It's not going to be business as usual. The creative sector is not a joke. It is serious business. And it is very important, because my focus in this year's Jamhuri on the 12th will be around arts and the creatives. I have a date with the people in this sector that by December this year, you now have 6 months to work with me, work with the ministry, so that we eliminate all barriers and make the creatives big business as it is elsewhere. I am making that commitment knowing very well that we need to make also serious investment in that sector. As I conclude, I remind you to mark June 22nd, 2023, so that you can participate in the safari rally right from the flagging off of the first car at the ramp at the Kenyatta International Convention Center. I also remember that on Jamhuri Day, I will be awarding the winners of the Presidential Innovation Challenge and the National Championships of the Inter-County Football Tournament. Sasa counties mujipange. You know, we will be, and have you agreed on what is the prize money, Ababu? You have? Iko chapa? Very good. Sasa watu wajipange. Na tutangojea huko Simba Arati na wale wengine, make sure you are in the finals. Yeah, and sorry, Madam Anne Maiguru, you didn't introduce Simba Arati because he had been introduced earlier amongst the content creators. From now, when we activate the Talanta Hela Sports and Creative Economy Master Plan, expect intense engagement across the country as talent finally mobilizes to blossom as an enabler of livelihoods and lifestyles on an unprecedented scale. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me officially unveil the commemoration of the 70th anniversary of the Safari Rally, and at the same time, officially launch the Sports and Creative Economy Master Plan. Tuwapigie makofi jameni. So, asanteni sana. I want to congratulate my friends from the counties. We need to raise the profile of the inter-county. Kenya cannot continue to be somewhere in football. We have to be in the right place. And we are going to do everything that we can. So, counties mujipange. The reason why we are doing this from the counties is because we believe that there is enormous talent in every part of Kenya. And we want to give a chance to that enormous talent to be built from the bottom so that we can see it finally at the national level, and hopefully it can inform the teams that are going to play in our national leagues and also the teams that will go into the international arena for football and for all the other sectors around the creative economy. So asanteni sana, nawatakia heri.